everyone. My name is Leslie Bravo, and I'd like to welcome you to the For a Better Day Foundation podcast. Our organization goals are to inspire and empower people with emotional and mental health challenges. We are trying to provide the tools, resources, education, and training for people to understand their emotions. When we're talking about mental health, we believe that it's very important that we train individuals of how to be able to identify what they're feeling. And I think that is one of the biggest steps for people to first understand what they feel so they can seek out for support and help. There are a lot of organizations that are coming together and helping the community to break barriers and get the health care that they need. But the biggest challenge is getting to the people that need the help. Not everybody is opening themselves to be able to talk about their mental health challenges, their traumas, the barriers that they have to speak up about their emotions. As we all know, a lot of entertainers, people in the music industry, individuals in general, it is very challenging for us, for everybody to say, you know what, I am feeling depressed, I am feeling sad, I need help. And in some cultures, I think we are raised in a way that we learn to be strong. We get conditioned to be resilient. And if you seek out or reach out for support, it is considered a sign of weakness, but in reality it's not. We're coming together and we want to make sure that people feel welcome enough to open up themselves, open up their heart, to be able to trust us with the things that bothers them, with the emotions that they're feeling, because oftentimes, like I mentioned before, they are unable to identify exactly what they're feeling. And it's required that link them with a professional that can help them, guide them throughout the way so they can overcome those challenges. So that's why we're here, for a better day, because we want to build a better tomorrow. And what better way to help our community overcome those barriers? So far, so good.
So far, so good.
Oh my God. Okay, so now you can put the slide, okay? A little bit about us. Our organization's goals are to inspire and empower people with mental and emotional health challenges to regain strength and mend their minds and see a bright future ahead. And this is one of the reasons why we are called For a Better Day. Now, do you know that 800,000 people commit suicide every year? And that mental health currently receives less than 1% of global aid? Domestic financing on prevention, promotion, and treatment is just as low. So therefore, building communities, building a coalition of organizations that can help individuals with mental health is super essential. And this is one of the reasons we are creating this podcast. And to be honest with you, I'm not that person that likes to be in front of the light or on the spotlight, but I'm doing it because I am very passionate about mental health. And I am passionate to create a difference in the world. And it takes one person to build a team. It takes a team to build a community. So all of us coming together can make a huge difference in the world. So, and I do believe in that because it is happening, especially after COVID. COVID helped us understand the power of unity And this is one of the reasons that we are creating this, because our goal is to create a mental health community that we can all help each other. Our organization's top priorities is the prevention of ACEs. ACEs are adverse childhood experiences that are potentially traumatic events that occur in our childhood, and they're linked to risky health behaviors. When we're talking about risky health behaviors, we can include opioid addiction and other conditions just like that, chronic health conditions, low life potential, early death. 1 in 6 adults experience 4 or more types of ACEs. At least 5 of 10 leading causes of death are associated with ACEs. Preventing ACEs could reduce the number of adults with depression by as much as 44%. And this is why it's super important that we understand that all those early traumas, all those experiences that happen when we're kids, have such a great impact in our behaviors. Now, when you're talking about ACEs, what is ACEs? What can it be considered ACEs? It be considered discrimination, somebody that is being discriminated, somebody that is being bullied at school, people that have PTSD, people that are victims of domestic violence, mental abuse, and so on. There are financial factors that can cause ACEs, can cause trauma, divorce. As a matter of fact, divorce is one of the leading factors of an adverse childhood experience. And I was reading not long ago an article created from somebody that worked in the Fort Lauderdale Juvenile Correction Center. They conduct a study and a survey of ACEs with the youth at that detention center. And the study shows that the youth that committed crime and they are currently being detained in Fort Lauderdale had more than 10 ACEs. So the correlation that juvenile delinquency has with ACEs is huge. So we have to do whatever it takes. And coming together as a community, we need to help each other to help the children, the youth, to prevent ACEs. Mental health matters. Mental health is super important. Did you also know that sometimes kids, that they don't want to go to school because of different factors, being depressed or because they're being bullied? So, preventing ACEs. Now we learn what ACEs are and how to prevent it. The CDC did a study, and it shows that an estimated 62% of adults surveyed across 23 states reported that they had experienced one ACE during childhood, and nearly 1/4 reported that they had experienced 3 or more ACEs. ACEs can have negative lasting effects on health, well-being, and opportunity. These exposures can disrupt healthy brain development, affect social development, compromise immune systems, can lead also to substance misuse and other unhealthy coping behaviors. The evidence affirms that these exposures increase the risk of injury, sexually transmitted infections, including HIV, mental health problems, maternal and child health problems, teen pregnancy, involvement in sex trafficking, a wide range of chronic diseases and the leading causes of death, such as cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and suicide. ACEs can also negatively impact education, employment, and earning potential. The total economic and social cost to families, communities, and society is in the hundreds of billions of dollars every year. So I had a question about how ACEs affects financial, right? How can somebody be affected financially from ACEs? When we're speaking about finances, and you have somebody that is depressed, or somebody that has to overcome with anxiety because of trauma, of early childhood trauma, that person, we have huge challenges trying to find a steady job, trying to be able to perform to their fullest potential at work. And it's not because the person is lazy, it's not because the person doesn't want to provide all what they have, at work. It's because that person needs support. And not every day they are capable to get up in a positive demeanor and go and do the daily activities and meet the demands of their job responsibilities. So oftentimes when we're talking about ACEs and depression and anxiety, it does affect our financials. Back in the day, we know there are actually statistics and numbers that show that there are a lot of people that lost their jobs because of the mental health conditions. Nowadays, we do have a lot of organizations that are paying attention to the mental health and the well-being of their employees. But not everybody is quite there yet. So, and this is what we hear. I would love to hear more from, our listeners, what they do, what are their challenges, and what are the things that we could do to help you and facilitate perhaps new topics. Let us know that. Let us know your thoughts and advice to just try to get better. Well, it was a nice chat. I love spending time with you, audience, and I would like to hear from you soon. We have a lot of events coming up. We're very involved with the community to try to get outdoors, try to get a mental hygiene, to get our brain, that muscle, build that muscle, and I'd love to hear from you. So have a wonderful day or night, and I'll see you soon.